Hi! So, I want to talk about a book I'm currently writing. It's called The Unnamed World. So, basically, they're already in an established relationship. There's Soren and Conan. And Soren is absolutely smitten for Conan, but does not know how to show it. They are very quiet. They don't talk a lot. They might have autism. They don't know how to show it, okay? They're just, like, in their head. They're too embarrassed to actually say it aloud. And then there's Conan, who is very an adrenaline junkie, very upbeat, very optimistic acting at least. But he doesn't talk about his feelings or his home life very often. But he is adopted, and he was through the foster system for most of his life. He does currently like his current family, but they obviously have their pros and cons. And then Soren. Their home life is very chaotic. They have a lot of siblings, so they were obviously very overlooked. They weren't like the oldest, the youngest, the middlest. They were just one of the random kids. They're the third youngest, so one of the middle children. They grow up being very overlooked, so they're not used to being noticed. And Conan's already in an established relationship, so Soren isn't used to all this attention. So they push Conan away. And they don't show that they care about him. And it kind of messes with his mental health. He thinks he's doing all this for nothing. He's like, okay, well, why am I even with you? Well, basically, the world ends pretty much. A sort of apocalypse type thing breaks out where it's not like a zombie virus, but it's a virus. And people are getting sick and dying. And they're desperate to get food before they get infected. Because you can get this through food, you can get this through breathing in. It's not like, oh, I'm gonna bite you, need a death kind of thing. No. If you breathe the same air as them, you can get infected. And obviously there's different stages. You can just get partially infected where you're still gonna die. And you slowly die. And it's not like a zombie thing. You don't know if you have it. There's like very few little symptoms. And they're living through this horrible apocalypse, and they have other friends. There's Blue and Violet. And Blue and Violet are also in a relationship. But, Conan and Soren have a very complicated relationship with them loving each other. Blue can see it. Blue is really reading people. Violet isn't. Violet's just like, why are they even together? They, like, hate each other. And Blue's like, no, they don't. They really just don't. But, anyway, they don't know how to show it. Conan, obviously, is always pretending in front of everyone. He's super lovey, he's always hugging Soren, always holding their hand. But Soren isn't. Soren pushes him away. Occasionally even, shoves him or hits him to get him away. Because they're like, okay, well, he can't be telling the truth. He's has to be manipulating me. This is fake. And throughout the apocalypse, Soren is trying to find their family. So is Blue and Violet. Conan doesn't really care about his family that much. He loves them, obviously, but he's only been with them a couple of years. He wasn't that attached. He does not like talking about his home life either, so anytime Soren would be like, hey, or Violet or something would be like, hey, are we gonna find your family? Conan would be like, they're probably fine. I think they already had a shelter. Da-da-da. Well, Conan gets the virus. And he doesn't know, obviously. But Soren treats him horribly. It just gets worse and worse with Soren treating him horribly. And eventually Conan can't take it anymore. And he offs himself. And Soren finds him laying there. Blue and Violet run out after Soren literally screams. But he's not dead yet. He's just almost dead. Basically, the thing with the virus is the only way you can really tell is your blood. The only way you can tell is the blood. And you can only see it when there's a lot of blood. There's a lot of blood. There's these tiny little white specks of the virus in the blood. And obviously, he boing off the top of their shelter, and he's bleeding out. Soren sees, And Blue is like, oh my goodness, we need to save him. And Soren says we can't. He has the virus. We need to him. So before Soren tells him, I swear, if we were born in another life, I swear on everything that I will never hurt you the way I have, in the ways I have. And Conan says, you were never the one that hurt me. It was my fault. And Soren doesn't get to say anything because he's bleh. But Soren, it's really hard for Soren to stay alive after that. They straight up just give up. They kind of just, for the rest of the book, they just kind of just live. They just survive. They don't live. Blue and Violet are trying so hard. In the end, Violet dies. And it's just Blue and Soren. This is just the one book. And I haven't decided what I'm going to do for the rest of the series, but that's the rough summary of the first book. Thank you. I haven't picked an outro or anything yet. This is my second video. I am Sal, and I hope you all have a lovely day. You deserve sunshine.